Honorable Leader of the Opposition.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this new bill will no doubt bring the Honorable Prime Minister closer to his dream of having horse racing in St. Lucia. I just want to make one or two comments, one in particular, Mr. Speaker, and I speak on the amendment of Section 20, which speaks to the deleting of subsection 3A and the change into another subsection 6A. And it says, and I read, apply if the denial, issuance, suspension, or limiting action occurred 5 years prior to the application and the applicant demonstrates by clear and convincing evidence of his or her rehabilitation. So what that speaks to is, I'm reading from the bill that was circulated, page 19. Amendment to Section 20. Amendment to Section 20. That's okay? And it deletes subsection 3A in the old Act 13.3, and then it includes subsection 3A spoke about a license being refused, and it adds section 6, a new section, subsection 6A, and it says, if there is a denial, issuance, suspension, or limiting action occurred 5 years prior to the application, and the applicant demonstrates by clear and convincing evidence of his or her rehabilitation. So it means if you committed an offense under the Act, if after 5 years you've shown signs of rehabilitation, then you can be given back your license or allowed to gamble again. I'm not sure. But I just want to, if I can refer to the Act that deals with criminal records and the rehabilitation of offenders. And it speaks about, in Section 5, it speaks about rehabilitation periods. And it says for somebody to get pardoned, or they must have, if it's a non-custodian sentence, they must have 5 years. If it's a sentence, if they were sentenced to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 1 year, they must have 7 years without committing an offense. And if their sentence of imprisonment was for a term exceeding 1 year but not exceeding 3 years, they had to show rehabilitation for 10 years. Now that is according to the Criminal Code of St. Lucia. Now according to that Act, you only have to show 5 years. So I'm wondering whether these two acts should not be, whether these two provisions should not be the same, like the same provisions in the Criminal Code, whether it should not be the same in the Gaming, Racing and Betting Act. Why is it so lenient in that case, and in terms of the sentences and the rehabilitation periods in the Criminal Code so high? I don't know why is there such a conflict between the two acts. I should think that it should be the same, because in that act, it's easier for you to get rehabilitated. It's easier for you to get pardoned if you have an offense in gaming than if you have a regular offense in, and that comes to mind, the non-custodial sentence in terms of marijuana, 5 years, which is the same for gaming. So I'm wondering whether it should not be the same, and why the difference. Is there any special reason why that period of rehabilitation is shorter in terms of gaming than it is in terms of regular criminal activity in the country? That's And there's one more thing, Mr. Speaker. I heard the Minister of Finance say something about revenue. I didn't pick up what he said, that there would be no revenue collected by the authority apart from something. I don't know whether you could clarify it for me, please. I didn't hear what he said. I don't understand what he said in this regard about the revenue. What is a revenue source for this board? I really did not hear what he said where that's concerned. So, Mr. Speaker, I said that is my short comment on that act.